It wasn't a novel. It wasn't a poem. It was a warning. Edgar Allan Poe, master of the macabre, didn't just write about death. He seemed to live it, breathe it, and finally, become it. Born in 1809, Poe's life was marked by tragedy from the start. His father abandoned the family. His mother died of tuberculosis when Poe was just 3 years old. He was taken in by the wealthy Allan family, but he never truly belonged. The shadow of death followed him like a second skin. By his 20s, Poe was a literary sensation, but also a man haunted by poverty, alcoholism, and depression. He wrote of living corpses, premature burials, and madness long before Victorian culture romanticized them. But his final years would be stranger and darker than any of his stories. In 1849, Poe set off from Richmond, Virginia, bound for Philadelphia. He never made it. Instead, he was found in Baltimore, delirious, wearing another man's clothes, unable to explain what had happened. He kept muttering a single name, Reynolds. No one knows who Reynolds was. Some say it was a political operative. Others say it was a coded warning. Poe died 4 days later, never regaining clarity. The official cause of death was listed as congestion of the brain. But rumors exploded. Was he beaten? Poisoned? A victim of cooping, a brutal form of voter fraud where victims were drugged, beaten, and forced to vote multiple times. No one knows. No autopsy was performed. His death certificate vanished. And just like that, the man who wrote The Premature Burial may have experienced a mystery even stranger than his fiction. But the weirdness didn't end with his death. In 1848, a year before he died, Poe published Eureka, a poetic essay where he theorized about the origin and fate of the universe. He described the Big Bang, 80 years before scientists coined the term. He spoke of an expanding universe collapsing back into itself, predicting modern cosmology with chilling precision. And perhaps strangest of all, Poe wrote a short story, The Narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym, in which shipwrecked sailors draw straws to decide who will be cannibalized to survive. The man who loses and is eaten is named Richard Parker. Decades later, in 1884, a real shipwreck occurred, and the boy who was killed and eaten was, unbelievably, named Richard Parker. Coincidence? Premonition? Or something else entirely? Even Poe's grave is shrouded in mystery. For decades, an unknown figure known only as the Poe Toaster visited his grave every January 19th, Poe's birthday, leaving behind 3 roses and a bottle of cognac before vanishing into the night. No one ever identified him. After 2009, the visits stopped. Like Poe himself, the toaster became another ghost in a story that never really ended. Today, Edgar Allan Poe is remembered as the father of the detective story, the master of horror, the poet of the damned. But maybe he was more than that. Maybe Poe didn't just write about death. Maybe he glimpsed beyond it. Maybe he left behind clues, in poems, in stories, in riddles, for those willing to look deep enough. Because Poe's life wasn't a tragedy, it was a message. The real horror isn't in the grave, it's in being forgotten.